everybody. Welcome to an evening of climate change comedy. Woo! Yeah, give it up for climate change. All right. We have got a full night ahead of us. We've got stand-up, we've got sketch comedy, we've got videos, we've got awards. What we do not have is an intermission, all right? So I'm giving you my permission to use the restroom whenever you need to. You don't need to raise your hand, all right? It's Friday, school got out hours ago, so just go. What we are asking is that you stay through to the end of the show, even if your sibling or your brother or your roommate's already gone. Stay through to the end. Give these awesome, hardworking students some love, all right? All right, cool. I'm Ben Stasny. I'm a co-producer of this event, and I'm going to pass it off to my partner in crime, Max Boykoff.
All right, thanks, Ben. All right, so I'm just going to give you a real brief, larger context picture. This is part of an Inside the Greenhouse production that Ben and I have been leading this amazing group of students over this semester. Give them a round of applause. This is part of a larger project where Beth Osnes, theater professor, is also leading on this experiment around climate change comedy. So an applause for Beth as well. And with Beth and with Ben, we've got Phaedra Pizzulo up there, Rebecca Safran, name check up there. They're part of the co-directors of Inside the Greenhouse. So as you can see on the screen above me, this is part of a larger experiment. It's been ongoing for about 8 years now. And we actually have hired, through Chuck Nice, who you're going to get to know here momentarily, we've hired professional comedians to come and work with our students in Zoom rooms. And then they've had shows already in the East Village in New York City, led by Chuck. We've had a show in Bristol, UK on Tuesday night. We've got shows going on right now in Washington, D.C., and the first show is sold out, so they added a second. And we have a final show in May in Los Angeles. So we are spreading the gospel of climate change comedy. So what I just want to say here, keeping it short, students are going to get credit regardless of whether you laugh. That's important to keep in mind. This experiment involves risk, and we all win with positive support for these brave people who are going to get up here on stage as they are creatively and hopefully effectively communicating about climate change solutions for you all tonight. So please express your support for them as we go.
As a theater professor, I thought I'd give us a quick primer on the difference between tragedy and comedy. Okay, tragedy is when you find out too late. You find out that thing that you're supposed to avoid too late and you're screwed. Comedy is when you find out in time and you try out some preposterous idea and it works. And I just want to say that I think that climate comedy constitutes a preposterous idea. And I also think it's going to work.
So thank you to the Argosy Foundation for making tonight possible. Thank you to all of you. I'm going to turn it over to Ben for the intro.
All right, everybody. We've got an awesome MC and host tonight, straight from the courtroom where Donald Trump got indicted, Chuck Nice!
Hey. What's up? See you, Boulder. How you guys doing? Fantastic. I'm so happy to be here. We are in for a tremendous evening. It is good to be here in Boulder for sure. It's good to be in Colorado. Yesterday on the way in, I learned the true meaning of white flight. It is not when people move to the suburbs. It is a plane ride to Colorado. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. I'm not mad. Listen, this is the whitest place I've ever been. I was at a restaurant last night, and the kitchen help was white. I was like, God damn, this is a white town. Y'all don't even have Mexicans to work in the kitchen. Boulder makes Connecticut go, God damn, you white. And they actually do it in that affected voice. But it's very cool, man. It is very cool. By the way, had a great day today. Y'all may not even know this, but Deion Sanders and Rick Ross are here on your campus. And I spent the day with them. Please do not clap. That sounds cool until you think about it. One of them is a rapper who smokes super strong weed all the time. And the other is a football coach who is constantly trying to encourage people. So right now, I am high as hell. But I know this show is going to be great because we wanted more. I love when jokes you wrote 10 minutes ago work out. Your city is just more than charming. I had a wonderful experience today. I'm going to call it my Boulder moment. My first Boulder moment. I ate at an establishment called Lucille's for breakfast. I see you like breakfast. And it was delicious. And while I was sitting and eating breakfast, next to me was a veterinarian who kept exclaiming to his breakfast partner, "These goddamn vegans, they're insane." I'm telling you, these fucking vegans are insane. And I thought, how annoying must the vegans be here in Colorado that you have pissed off a veterinarian? A vegan should be a veterinarian's fucking hero. Like, that should be the person you like more than anyone in the world. That's like me walking around going, these fucking people, they're laughing. But I had a wonderful time this morning and all day, and I have to tell you that I'm happy that we are doing this. We have been working with the students for a few months now, and I am so impressed with what you are about to see. These students they've blown me away. They are more than impressive. They really did sink themselves into the craft. So before we even get into it, and I still have some more jokes for you guys, but I just want to give them an acknowledgement. I'm going to raise this stolen thermos, and I'm going to toast all of the students who worked on this because you are fantastic. Here's to you. I love that I said I needed water while I was on stage, and Max gave me a thermos that makes me appear to be giving a blowjob. Gotta tell you, I might be a little curious. That wasn't half bad. So what are we doing here? We're talking about climate change. And what is climate change? There are a myriad of scientific explanations, but I believe that since we're talking about effective communication, I have my own model of what climate change is. I'd like to share it with you. Please picture that the Earth is a giant 747 taking us all for a ride, because that is exactly what is happening. We are all on a giant 747 of some sort taking a ride together. And unfortunately, there are some people who feel as though it is okay to fart on the plane. We call those people fossil fuel companies. Now, although it is very rude to fart on a plane, the problem with these farts is they are fucking with the plane's instrumentation, and they are going to crash the plane. Fortunately, we have climate scientists, and climate scientists are going all like Samuel L. Jackson, climate version, snakes on a plane, call it farts on a plane, and they're like, I'm tired of these motherfucking farts on this motherfucking plane. And the fossil fuel companies respond by going all Samuel L. Jackson in the climate version of Mississippi Burning. No need to change the name. And they're just like, yeah, I farted, and I do it again, and I hope you all burn in hell. So if anybody asks you what is climate change, you tell them they are farts on a plane that's going to kill us all. That was new. And probably not as good. I also want to talk about the fact that there are a small group of people, and they are relatively small, who emphatically do not agree with what we are doing here. There are people who, and they're just a particular group. They're a particular group of people who either don't believe in climate or they don't think it's a big deal. And they're they're all kind of this one group, you know? And I feel like there's got to be a way to reach them. There's got to be a way to get them to understand that this is a real crisis. And I think I figured it out. For this particular group, we need to tell them that climate is pro-trans. Because this particular group will spring into action. You let them know that everything that they are seeing, the tornadoes, the floods, that is basically woke weather. And we have got to do something about this woke weather. We cannot have our children being groomed by woke weather. We have to let them know that the change in climate change is a sex change. Why do you think Florida is continually attacked by hurricanes? That is Mother Nature trying to cut off America's penis. I like you people. It's great that we're doing this, and I think it's wonderful to celebrate tonight and let us have an air of celebration, because often what happens is that when people see you doing things like this, they think that you're self-righteous. They think that somehow having the knowledge of the climate crisis, you feel like you're better than they are. And that is, first of all, it's true. But the truth is that that's not really the case, and we know that, you know. However, sometimes it's easy to feel that way. I can get where they're coming from to feel that way, because like whenever I see in New York City a grown man in a suit with a briefcase on a skateboard, I think to myself, is that an eco-conscious climate warrior? Or just some dude with 12 DUIs? Kind of hard to tell the difference if you think about it. Because he could be like, I'm an eco-conscious climate warrior, just going to work, lowering my carbon footprint. Or he could be like, this is bullshit. I used to have a girlfriend. Well, listen, you guys are a fantastic audience. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out this evening. Right now, what we're going to do is get the show rolling, get this little puppy peeing on the paper that it should be peeing on. Time to kick things off right now with the future of late night. We're talking about Hunter Mall.
Live from inside the Greenhouse Studios in Boulder, Colorado, it's The Tonight Show with Hunter Mall. Tonight, Jack Mehoff, Amanda Hugginkiss, and special guest, Imo Wiener. Who the f*** wrote this? And here's your host, Hunter Mall.
How's everybody doing tonight, huh? Awesome, awesome. What did you guys think of Chuck? Thank you. Thank you. What did you guys think of Chuck? Thank God, because he is the funniest guy we could afford, so. All right, there are so many talented, funny, hilarious people who have put together this show for you guys this evening, and I'm so excited to get into it. But before we do, there are a couple of things that we do need to talk about. So I don't know how many of you guys keep up with the climate news on the regular. I know it can certainly get really hard with all the information that's out there these days, but I was doing a little bit of digging myself, and I came across an article on eco-friendly sex. Now, the article was basically explaining how we can make our sex lives more sustainable. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sex is probably not something that climate scientists know a whole lot about. Could you imagine a climate scientist on a date? Imagine this guy calls you, tells you he's going to pick you up at 8. You get ready, you go outside, and then when he tells you he's there, you go out, and instead of seeing a car, you see this guy pulling up on his bicycle, telling you need to hop on his handlebars. It's ridiculous. But no, seriously, it does make a lot of sense when you think about it. There's a lot of waste that goes into our sex lives. Some of the solutions that the article mentions that can help reduce this waste are using water-based lubes instead of petroleum-based ones. Or you could use biodegradable condoms. Don't ask me how biodegradable condoms work. But by far, the most interesting solution that they mentioned was that the most sustainable way to have sex is actually with a climate scientist. Now, I don't know who is doing the research on this, but they're going to need some pretty brave volunteers to peer review that one. In other news, I'm sure that many of you saw that the Biden administration recently approved a controversial oil drilling project in Alaska. Boo, oil bad. The project is known as Project Willow, and it's expected to produce around 600 million barrels of crude oil over the next 30 years. Now, I'm sure that many of you were confused when you saw this, as I was, because up until this point, President Biden has claimed that he is making an attempt to reduce emissions and get us started on the transition towards green energy. My best guess as to what was going through his head is that since good old Sleepy Joe is becoming so close to becoming a fossil himself, He's decided to say fuck it and switch sides while he still has the chance, you know what I mean? Speaking of the transition towards green energy, electric vehicles are becoming increasingly popular, and with this transition, there have been some complications. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Don't ask me how long it took me to memorize that. Electric vehicles are 57% more likely to cause collisions with cyclists than their louder combustion counterparts. Now, I knew that these cars were good for the environment, but the benefits are really starting to stack up here. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to deal with these middle-aged white dudes in leotards on the side of the road anymore. Did you guys watch the Oscars? What did you guys think? I thought they were really good this year. Amazingly, this year's Oscars red carpet was the first to institute a sustainable wardrobe. So basically what that means is that on the red carpet this year, our stars were donning a series of vintage looks as well as recycled ones. Now, one of the best looks of the evening was, of course, Lady Gaga. She was wearing this vintage Tiffany diamond necklace that was made in 1965. Now, the best part about this vintage jewelry is that these diamonds, as opposed to being the lab-grown crap you get these days, you know that these diamonds were mined in Africa 25 years ago instead of today. Imagine being the person who died in those mines and your life's work is on the girl who sang Poker Face. All right, you guys, that's all the time that I have. I thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of our program. Good night.
Hi there, Stuart Goldsmith here. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about the motivation to change, because I think that when we recycle, we often think that recycling is an attempt to change the world all by ourselves and it feels pointless. But you shouldn't do it like that. You should do it to be part, just to be a tiny particle of a great wave of change. Recycling should be like voting, inconceivable to young people.
And definitely keep it going for Hunter. You can tell Hunter is young. The truest way to have sustainable sex is to get married. Believe you, I've been married for 24 years. You do it once, and then you gotta make it last for a couple weeks. I probably shouldn't have said that. My wife is sitting right there. I love you, honey. Hope we have sex tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to keep this ball of wax rolling right now with the comedy stylings, as they say, of Elana Adler.
All right, all right, all right. Wow, what a great crowd. I can promise you that Chuck Nice's wife will not be having sex with him tonight. Alrighty, folks, what better way to get this evening kicked off than with a little chit-chat about politics? Someone's got to do it, and it's going to be me. You know, climate change is such a politicized issue, and in fact, it's a liberal issue. But if you ask me, I think it should be a conservative issue, a patriotic issue, an issue of our nation. Yeah. As Americans, we have a chosen people, Floridians. And they're underwater. You go to any Fort Lauderdale parking lot, and they've been overtaken with banana hammocks and arm floaties. It's a horrible, horrible thing and a horrible sight. Well, Donald Trump, past president, may have been onto something good here. He was all for building that wall. And to that, I say he was right. Build that coastal wall. Woo! We need seawalls. If we're gonna save our chosen people, if we're gonna save the coasts, we need seawalls. And we all know that storms stop for no one. So if Donald Trump reallocated some of that moolah from one stormy to another, we may just save the coasts. Because God forbid Floridians have to play sharks and minnows with literal sharks and minnows. Speaking of sharks and minnows, though, have y'all seen the coral reefs lately? They're dying. I don't know why you're laughing. It's not funny. Y'all are not going to good places for this. Anyways, I have an idea on how we save the reefs. We need to start imposing on their rights the way we impose on women's rights. I say we go full Handmaid's Tale on them. We force them to bang, force them to micro-hyper-fragment. And I have an idea on how this works. There's this little creature in the ocean called acorn barnacles. It looks like a vagina. It's not, I promise. And these little creatures go at it more than high schoolers on prom night. I mean, it's insane. If you want erotic, like, that's it. Chuck Nice is not getting any of that tonight. I can promise you that, folks. So this is what we do, okay? We have these little guys coerce all the other corals and tell them that this is what they're gonna do. Boom, reef saved. Well, folks, I think we made some really progressive change on saving our chosen people and saving the reefs. Join me on my movement in making America green again. Thank you so much. I'm Alana Adler.
I am just going to say this without compunction. I am very relieved that I will not be fucking a barnacle tonight. All right, guys. Time for a great treat. We're going to jump into our first sketch right now, and it features Charlie Bangs, Wyatt Brown, Aiden Fletcher, Olivia Lemie, Tiger McDaniel, Caroline Redmond, Lena Patrick, and Izzy Thompson. Give it up for Make America Green Again!
Ugh, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like, all these guys on Tinder suck. I'll message them for like 5 minutes and it literally never goes anywhere.
Okay, just please no more older men. You should be asking me for condoms like a normal roommate, not Viagra.
Be nice, Olivia. We need to find Lena an environmental man, someone who has the same values as her.
Wait, Lena, I met my man on Carbon Dating. It's this great new dating site. Here, wait. Check it out.
What?
Look.
OMG, wait. Look at this first guy's profile. He's kind of perfect.
I'm Brad Shad. Yeah, my home's on the slope and my heart's in the pow. I'd be lying if I wasn't looking to pow.
Ew, no.
I mean, when was the last time your slopes were plowed? Oh, sorry. Next.
What up, Primal? I'm an off-the-grid entrepreneur, just doing my thing in the wellness space. Mom, stop! I'm carbon dating right now. Anyways, let me know if you want your supplements filled, especially vitamin D.
Hun, he's not off-grid. He literally lives in his mom's basement.
That's like so ego-conscious of him now. Let's see what he does for work.
For work, I'm developing the next multi-million-dollar company focusing on sports, hydration, and energy. Don't tell anybody, but we're developing a new recycled and natural electrolyte
by dehydrating my own sweat and urine.
He looks like his idea of showering is just splashing on some essential oils. Next.
No, but that's only because our unsustainable water consumption is a big deal.
It's true.
Oh.
Sup? My name's Jared, but my friends refer to me as the masturbator. I'm a full-time pescatarian. I catch my meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm trying to reel you in, but don't come too close, or I might just make you wet.
Immediately no.
Wait, Izzy, I actually was interested, because eating fish instead of red meat is very eco-friendly.
Okay, yeah, but maybe that is true, but fish have more plastic in their bodies than Izzy's boob job.
Hey!
All right, next.
Wait, you're into girls now too?
Oh, I don't see gender, just climate activism.
Hey, I'm Fan Life, and I'm like super vegan.
Ooh, a vegan.
Yeah, I bet. It looks like she eats 5 almonds and says she's full.
Whatever. Let's just see what she does for fun.
So you're probably wondering what I like to do for fun. I really enjoy driving all around the country in my Mercedes Sprinter. I'm always searching for the next climate convention and my next Alex Honnold. And now there's room for 2 since Daddy bought me a new rack.
I'm not sure about Little Miss 2 brain cells and 10 miles per gallon. Next.
Hey, I kind of liked her. Oh my God, look at this guy. He's jacked.
Lena, his name is literally Big Dom F-150.
Oh. Okay, can we just see what he has to say?
Yeah.
Salutations, Sugar Plum. I know you like a clean environment, but I got a tank full to burn. My kind of energy ain't clean, baby. It's dirty.
I don't think he knows what the environment is.
No, he seems adventurous. I wonder what he does for a living.
You're probably wondering what I do for a living. I'm a part-time mama's boy, but a full-time cowboy, baby.
Is it just me or is it getting hot in here?
Yeah, we're up to our hats and heat now, partner. Because of global warming, of course. Wanna save some gas and ride a cowboy?
Did he just try to seduce me with dirty climate talk?
Left.
Hey there, I'm McDreamy. Yeah, I spend my time at the old folks' home, or you might find me at the daycare center. If I'm not there, I'm playing with my kittens, or maybe I'm frolicking in a field of wildflowers.
Okay. He looks like he has much personality as a loaf of bread.
Okay, well, we are looking for someone more compatible, right? It can't get more compatible than McDreamy 333, and those are even my angel numbers.
You know what, Lena? I think this is the one. Ask him out.
You know what? I will.
All right. Good luck.
It's been so great getting to know you. It's just really rare that all my values align with someone like this. You're like the male version of Greta Thunberg, so environmental.
Thank you. Yeah, You know, it's crazy. I feel like I've known you my whole life, but it's only been 30 minutes. It's really hot in here.
Oh. Do you not recycle?
Oh, yeah. I love cleaning up our country and making this land a better place. Let's make America great again, am I right?
Wait, what?
Keep it going for Make America Green Again, guys. I have to tell you, that's the first time that I've ever seen a sketch end in booze, and it was actually positive. So weird. And fantastic. I love you all just a little bit more now that you just booed a shirt. Right now, we're going to keep things going, and oh, I love this. This is a one-person sketch, by the way. Please give it up for Morgan Mancuso, Save the Tycoon!
As solar power and other renewable energy sources become increasingly cheap and more desirable, these old white men who once lived lavish lives are suffering. Men such as Charles Koch, Rex Tillerson, and Harold Hamm once represented the world's top 1% of wealth. Now, sadly, they only reside in the top 5%. Every 10 seconds, an oil tycoon's ego shrinks by 45%. This same percent, the oil industry has contributed to CO2 emissions. They suffer all alone in one of their many mansions, with just the company of their private chefs, maids, and hookers. Former U.S. Secretary of State and CEO of ExxonMobil, Rex Tillerson, stated in 2013 that if you examine the temperature record of the last decade, it really hasn't changed. Unfortunately, that wasn't true. Now Rex sits wistfully in his Texas home, sweating his balls off, realizing it has changed. Put yourself in their shoes. Imagine if you could only afford just one private jet. For only $11 a day, you can help these rich old white men become extremely rich old white men once again. Your generous donation will enable Charles Koch to further his political agenda by funding the climate denier movement. All they want is their life back, just like Tony Hayward, after he dumped 134 million gallons of oil into the Gulf of Mexico in 2010. So don't let them die with the title of just millionaire. Help extract them from this crude situation. Call 1-800-DON'T-BE-CRUDE today to save the oil tycoons.
Keep it going for Morgan Mancuso! She was very convincing, I almost gave $11. I had to stop myself. All right, guys, time to keep things moving along because, you know, we got a show and we're going to keep it going. Right now, it is time for the Endangered Ginger with Hogan Warlock.
I don't know if you guys could tell, but I'm ginger. You know, I've been hearing weird shit about gingers my entire life. Here's something. Have you heard that gingers don't have souls? Yeah? I heard that for the first time when I was 6 years old. Man, that hurt. But then I heard that apparently gingers are more sensitive than everyone else. Man, I tell you, I was offended when I heard that one. I will say, though, that is true. Gingers are more sensitive than other people to the sun. You know, I can't go outside without sunscreen. And, you know, do you know what happens if I go outside without sunscreen? Anyone know? Anyone know? I'll die. At least at the age of like 27, looking like Elmo. It's tough, you know. Like, you guys see how white I am. You know, as Chuck Nice said, you know, this is the land of white people, apparently. I kind of belong here, but, you know, like, I can't have my pumpkin spice latte anywhere but Starbucks. I like making jokes about pumpkin spice latte. Like, this working? All right. Sweet. Thank you, Mom. You know, I often think that gingers are kind of like glaciers, you know. I am as white as a glacier. And, you know, we have a lot in common. One thing I think is we're both kind of just big white blobs, and we melt in the sun, and pretty soon we'll all be gone. Have you guys heard that? Apparently gingers are disappearing off the face of the earth too. I don't know. I don't think that's true, but, you know, I don't want to be a ginger denier. So here's an idea. I think if we bred more gingers, we'd reflect more radiation back into space, and glaciers wouldn't be receding as much. The albedo of the Earth would be higher if we bred more gingers. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. But no, glaciers aren't the big thing we have to worry about right now. We need to worry about saving the turtles, right? Like, yeah? No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, why are we focusing so much on not using plastic straws instead of saving the glaciers? You know, like, personally, I think big corporations are the number one finger to point at. So they are what's causing climate change. But, you know, I don't think there's an easy solution. So here's one solution. We need to stop consuming, right? Who's with me? Stop consuming. Yeah? Are you hungry? You can't eat anymore. You know, you need to go to work tomorrow. You do? You can't because you need to save the world. Tell your boss you need to save the world. Who needs to go to the bathroom? Yeah? Well, you guys can't anymore. It's going to release way too much methane. So, like, consumption is going to continue causing climate change. Isn't that preposterous, though? Like you guys see the problem here, right? Like, if we keep consuming, we're going to keep causing climate change, but we can't stop consuming. So what do? What do we do in this weird conundrum? More gingers! Yeah! Thank you. I have another idea, too. Anyone remember when you guys were a kid and your mom would wave $1 in your face and say, if you clean up your room, you'll get the $1? Anyone? Yeah? What if we did that to big corporations? You know, stay with me, okay? Imagine waving $1 in Jeff Bezos' face, right? Like, he's not going to give a fuck. He won't give a fuck that you're trying to incentivize him with money, right? But if all the gingers in the world did that, he still wouldn't give a fuck. If enough of us do that, though, maybe he will. Maybe we'll be able to get his attention, and maybe we can make a change. Because I think corporations are the #1 thing that we need to change. Thank you. My name is Hogan. Good night.
Nice job. Come on, guys, let him hear Matt. Whoa. Hogan, I'm going to tell you right now, if you think I'm going to do a ginger joke, you're out of your fucking mind. Right now, at this point, I'm going to ask for Beth and Phaedra and Matt and Ben to please come on up. I believe right now it's time for the ITG Awards.
And Becca Saffron, too, making her way down.
Okay. Thanks so much. So, in addition to the wonderful work of these fine students, brave souls, in addition to the great professional work of Chuck Nice and the little video clips from the professional comedians with whom we've worked, we've had an international video competition for the last 8 years. And so what you're about to see is this, wait, actually, we're not there yet, are we? We actually are going to the ITG Awards. Ooh. Holy smokes, I got a little too excited there. Yeah, stop me. So this is the Inside the Greenhouse Awards. Also, we've been doing them since 2013. Our inaugural winner was Marta Kern, if you know Marta Kern here in town. So Beth's going to introduce our Creative Climate Communicator Award. We're going to pass it over to Phaedra to introduce our Climate Citizen for 2023.
Great. So we really like to recognize those who are inspiring all of us to go forward in this creative climate communication experiment that we're doing. We think working with people who are really exceptional in their fields really inspire us to greatness. So I would like to introduce that our winner for our citizen competition is Chelsea Hackett, who works with Speak.World and really does so much to inspire young people through Speak.World and Side by Side, another initiative that Becca Saffron and I work on with her. And here is her accepting it because she is camping somewhere super cool right now. Chelsea Hackett, I hereby award you the 2023 Excellence in Creative Climate Communication Award.
Thank you so much. And thank you to all of you for using art and comedy and your own words to support climate communication.
So now we're gonna see if the next video works or not. If it does, it's 4 minutes of not really funny. I'm the feminist killjoy in the group, and you gotta have one. And Yeb Sanyo is this amazing, amazing human being who used to be the climate delegate for the Philippines. You might have seen his speech during Hurricane Yolanda or Haiyan. And now he is the executive director of Southeast Asia Greenpeace. He was here in December. Max was on stage with him for a Right Here, Right Now conference. And I'm going to stop because if it's 4 minutes of sincerity, I don't want to take up time. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to ad-lib.
Hello everyone, my name is Yeb Sanyo and I'm from the Philippines. My dear friends, fellow pilgrims on this earth, fellow believers in humanity, artists, storytellers, and lovers of people and nature, greetings of peace to all of you. Last December, I got the chance to visit Boulder, Colorado for the first time, and I was able to meet so many wonderful people from Boulder, especially students from UC and many friends from across the world, and got to watch also a truly amazing performance by Inside the Greenhouse at the Boulder Theater at the close of the Climate and Human Rights Summit. I'm really thankful for the experience and I fell in love with Boulder immediately. For me as a husband to my amazing wife and father to my two wonderful teenage children, helping defend the planet and people is about love. For me as a husband and father, really, life is about loving, appreciating the beauty of nature, being present for my family and for others, and guiding our children so they will have a sense of purpose. It's really easy to take life for granted. It's easy to ignore the beautiful view, even if you live in Boulder. It is easy to forget the flowers. It's easy to waste our opportunity to make a difference. And a lot of reasons make us lose sleep at night. But we must try to make those same reasons push us out of bed in the morning. A couple of months ago, I was hanging by a rope from an oil and gas platform in the middle of the sea in the North Atlantic, part of a protest to send a message to a big oil company to take the climate crisis seriously, to stop extracting for more oil, and start paying up for the damage they have caused. The plan was actually for me to paint an artwork on the platform, but it became too dangerous and the plans had to change. My biggest disappointment, therefore, was not as a climate activist, not as a rope climber, but as an artist. Because I knew in my heart that the most powerful way of changing mindsets and confronting the unjust systems of power is through the power of creativity. Being chosen to receive the Global Citizen Award from Inside the Greenhouse, really means a lot to me. And this is very, very special to me. I'm deeply humbled and honored for the recognition. I am also an artist and I love telling stories. I believe that changing the way we communicate the problems of the world will change the world. I believe in the power of storytelling. I believe in the power of bringing voices together. And I believe in the magic of young people building a new narrative for our world. I believe in the power of hope. And this is what I think Inside the Greenhouse is about. You are so deeply inspiring, and I hope you keep inspiring people. And this is why this is so special to me. I also wish to dedicate this to all those whose lives have forever been changed by Super Typhoon Haiyan as we commemorate the 10th year since it lashed at the Philippines. I feel truly blessed to be in your orbit, and it is a distinct honor for me to receive your love through this award. This award is all ours, all who believe in our collective strength and power. Thank you so much. Mabuhay kayong lahat.
A working microphone. To our 2023 Inside the Greenhouse awardees, I think we have a few past awardees here. Chuck Nice. And thank you all for inspiring us and keeping us going, and salute to the students and everyone for communicating the cause. Thanks.
I'm just going to give you a new mic every time, Chuck.
Thank you. Come on, keep it going for the ITG Awards and the award winners. And yes, there was a year where I did receive an ITG award. I was unaware that I could give a 5-minute acceptance speech. No one told me that. If they had, I would have done it. It's okay. That's all right. I'm not going to take it personally. I'm really not. Yeah. Right now, it's time for us. Are we going to play the video first, or are we going to go to Molly? All right. Hey, little Katie Hannigan for you, who did our show in New York City last Thursday. Here you go.
We have all these plastic water bottles that you can recycle, but you can't. You know you can't recycle these, right? I mean, you could, if you could, but you can't. No, New York doesn't recycle plastic bottles. Nobody fucking does. Did you know that? Yeah. I know. It was a relief to me to find that out, because I have just been throwing mine in the river. No, I'm kidding. I do not use plastic bottles. I buy the big, gigantic metal ones that are also disposable. Everybody greenwashes. It's not just companies. Everybody does it, you know? It's like, you kind of have to, you know? You can't just stand up and be like, well, I hate the planet! Right? Unless you're like on Fox News or something, right?
It's fantastic. A little Katie Hannigan for you. Hold on, let me. I'm going to bring this out here. So I have to tell you, I've been watching this young comic in the back as we were going through the awards and everything, and she was pacing like a tiger, like literally like a tiger, and I saw her in rehearsal. You guys are absolutely going to love what she has to say. Please give it up for Molly Foster.
Hello. So, every year, this huge environmental conference called the COP Conference happens. And every year, it's hyped up to be this life-changing, world-saving event. But every year, it just ends up reminding me of every time I've hooked up with a guy in college. Super disappointing. For real, every year, these world leaders, scientists, activists, they all get together to try to figure this shit out. But so far, it doesn't seem like anything super crazy has come from it. So I say we turn and we take inspiration from our everyday leaders. Our everyday leaders of Hollywood. The greatest climate activist that reality TV has ever produced is Kim Kardashian. I know what you're thinking. There's no way. But believe it or not, Kim's actually with it, with the climate conscious trends. For starters, she's a thrifting queen. I mean, last Met Gala, she spent hours rifling through dead people's clothes, threw on a dress that was worn by Marilyn Monroe like 50 fucking years ago. And if that's not reduce, reuse, recycle, then I don't know what is. She also famously eats only organic food. So let's take a note from Kim. Eating sustainable beef can be super easy if you shop exclusively at Erewhon. Last summer, she did have that hiccup where she used over 200,000 gallons of water in the month of July just for her pool. But we can't blame Kim completely. We all have our climate cheat days every once in a while. Kim will spend it on her mansions, extravagant children's birthday parties, etc., etc. I'll spend it on forgetting my reusable shopping bag and having to pay 10 cents at Trader Joe's. It's a give and take. But for real, at least there's actually some celebrities that are going above and beyond for the climate. Leonardo DiCaprio, hello, he's actually a huge climate activist. I mean, he's worked on movies like Don't Look Up, he's raised millions of dollars for the climate, and he even has his own nonprofit. And what's most inspiring, in my opinion, is how you can see that he truly cares about the next generation. I mean, every girlfriend he's had, he's promised to give them the world, so he's just following through with that promise. At least until they turn 26. Goodbye.
It is almost Earth Day, okay? So go out there and get outside your bubbles, right? Go across political lines, meet some climate deniers, and give them this advice I always get as a woman. Just fake it.
That was Kyle Marion. Kyle Marion, also in New York City. And please keep it going from Molly Foster. Oh, look at that. Molly's right here, right on time. Molly Foster, ladies and gentlemen. So, Molly, from what I understand, a little nickname for you here is Mofo. Is that? Well, let me just say this. You one funny-ass mofo. And honestly, thank you for taking on the cop convention because, quite frankly, as a black man, can't get behind it. All right, guys, right now, let's keep things moving along with the Cola Project, a sketch with Zoe Comiskey, Casey Rinke, Atlas Zanya, Zana, and Philip Casey.
I always forget how cold it is up here. Let's get the talent on set. Alright, thank you guys all for being here today. Hopefully we can wrap this up in like the next 10 minutes. At 6 I gotta work with Mr. Owl on his licking to the center of the Earth's atmosphere. And then tomorrow I've got the Chick-fil-A cows doing a global Dutch oven campaign.
Well, we just want to say thank you so much for having us here today. We are so honored to be working with some of the biggest activists in climate change. Woo!
Are we getting fish again this time? It's been real slim pickings since they started drilling again. We've only been getting the real frail seals up here.
What exactly did you guys get me into?
First and foremost, the Coca-Cola Company is excited to welcome you all here today.
Woo!
Thank you for taking your time to contribute to our new sustainability effort, Greenhouse Gassed Up. Beforehand, pull rehearse 2, 3, go rehearse, and then we'll start shooting over here.
It's Zoe.
Okay, Zoe, go rehearse.
We here at Coca-Cola pride ourselves on being one of the world's largest producers of potentially recyclable goods. Yeah, I choked on a bottle cap when I was eating the last batch of fish that they had. I figured out most of it out, but I've been hearing this faint rattling every time I walk. It's like,
Isn't that because like Coca-Cola recently switched from plastic bottles to glass bottles or something like that?
well, at least I'm recyclable now. They can stuff my body into one of those blue bins and add me to their quota for the year.
Yeah, more expensive to recycle.
I don't care, I'll be dead.
Sorry, what's going on over here? You guys good?
No, no problem. Just kidding in character.
All right, sorry about this, amateurs. Want to talk?
Okay, sure. Ready, action.
All right. Coca-Cola is coming out with their new plant bottle. It is their first bottle to be made with up to some percentage of plant.
Yeah. And Coca-Cola has been using up to so much water that the wells in India are running dry. Yeah, but it's okay, don't worry about it. They're compensating them with free fertilizer.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, but it's also filled with such yummy, nutritious cadmium and lead.
Okay, I'm going to need absolute silence and compliance on this set from you guys to move this shoot forward. Are we good? Oliver 2, are you ready to do your lines?
Can we actually get a second?
Sure. Sandy, give me the Nesquik money on the phone. I heard you just got out of rehab.
Are you guys sure about this? Coca-Cola doesn't really seem to be on our side here, or like people in India, or Samoans, or like the entire fucking planet.
I'm on the side of whoever gets us fish. It's really good as long as we get most of the planet.
Have you been listening?
They're helping me.
time?
We here at Coca-Cola are promising to make 100% recyclable goods by some date in the future.
I cannot. Coca-Cola is literally one of the largest polluters of the planet. If they actually did what they said that they were doing, that would be a different story.
Wouldn't switching to bioplastics help?
Yeah, if they were actually switching to bioplastics. Those bottles are like, what, 30% plant? That's not even greenwashing at that point. It's just washing.
That's it. Cut. You guys off my site. You're fired.
Wonderful. Just like the earth.
Ready? Action.
We are not greenwashing at Coca-Cola.
All right, now we're on to the internationally renowned video competition. And with Ben, we had our wonderful students actually become part of a jury. And we had gone through quite a compelling set of international videos that were submitted. And you're about to watch the second place winner, which is from Ireland. Enjoy. Woo!
When I started my career, the world was about 2 degrees cooler. On my first day, the ice caps and the Amazon both still existed. My younger colleagues have grown up in a different world. It sometimes feels like we speak different languages. They say I use fossil phrases that belong back in the Ice Age. That's why I recommend Thausaurus. Thausaurus is an email plugin that lets me know when I'm sounding like a dinosaur. Hey Noah, firstly, apologies for the delay on the invoice. Our accounts department is snowed under at the minute, so payments are moving at a glacial pace. Should be with you by Thursday. On the pitch deck, it needs to look good, but we've already spent a lot of time on it, and I want to avoid boiling the ocean on something that may end up going nowhere. John.
Freeze. This is a fossil phrase. Snowed under comes from a time when accumulations of snow, partially frozen water, could get deep enough to trap people in their homes. Younger colleagues may lack the context required to understand this phrase. Freeze. This is a fossil phrase. In the time before, glaciers were said to move at an extremely slow rate, just inches over the course of a decade. Remaining glaciers, however, have been receding at extremely high speed and moving erratically. Younger colleagues may not understand the intended meaning here. Freeze. This is a fossil phrase. In the old world, to boil the ocean referred to endeavors that were unreasonably ambitious or overly impractical. But that's all changed. The oceans might start boiling any day now. It wasn't that hard after all.
Phew. Thanks, Thausaurus.
Thausaurus. The ultimate intergenerational icebreaker. It's antifreeze for your email.
Keep it going for the second place winner of the the video contest. And yeah, you can clap for him. That was very impressive. Also, you know what? Please keep it going for the Coca-Cola project. That was really that was pretty awesome. I just love seeing the cow go, yo, I'm gonna go get these checks. All right now it's time to keep things moving. I present to you Double Agent featuring Laurel Bennett.
Hi everyone, I'm Laurel. I really just brought this out so I could look more professional and so I could hide my notes from you guys just in case I need them. But I'm Laurel. You might be wondering why my title is Double Agent, but probably not, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I'm in this climate change class, but I'm also a business major. Yeah. I promise I'm not trying to infiltrate and figure out how to take out Greta Thunberg, though. Okay, she's safe. She's fine. I'm also a sorority girl, so you might think I'm just trying to throw plastic Starbucks cups into the ocean every day, but I'm not. I only do it on Thursdays. Double star day. Got to get that buy one, get one free, you know? I'm also a military brat, so I can promise you my dad has probably gone through triple the amount of jet fuel that you have. But who can pass up on a free flight to the other side of the world? Hot and sunny all the time. Anyways, I'm here to prove to you why these things are way more sustainable than you might think. First, we'll start with sororities. So obviously we know food waste is like one of the biggest issues of climate change right now. But when you're in a house with 70 sorority girls, it's really easy to cut back on food waste when you just don't eat. I'm just kidding. I promise we eat. I love my sorority sisters. In fact, we all have one common enemy when it comes to this climate change stuff, the dairy industry. Sorority girls would rather die than drink real milk. Disgusting. We're in the basement of the sorority house every day, milking oats and almonds, day after day, so those damn cows don't suffer. What are you doing for climate change? Seriously. And I mean, just think about frats. Like, they conserve so much waste and water just by simply not cleaning. Debatable if they shower, too. I don't know. Still up for debate. But yeah, I mean, we should really, just think about pledges. Like, they cut back on consumption so much because they just have pledges steal everything from the dining hall. I'm talking real dishes, real silverware. It's not a frat house, it's a frat home. Yeah. But think about these pledges, though. I mean, young, able-bodied men who do tasks for you for free to be let into your club. This is an entirely untapped market of free labor. Imagine if we could get the same enthusiasm for climate change. All right, boys. If you don't show up here tonight at 9:33 p.m. sharp with all your recyclables separate from your compostables, you can kiss that bid goodbye. And as for the military, they're doing great things to fight climate change. I mean, fast fashion is killing the earth, but the military is fighting back. Just think about my dad. He wore the same outfit every day for 27 years. All that camo. Looked like a floating head every day. Talk about sacrifice, seriously. I grew up at West Point, where the military academy is and where the Revolutionary War took place, so this place is like old as shit. So your $3 trillion in tax dollars went to my prom venue. But no, seriously, they are not causing all that pollution by modernizing this place at all. I mean, my house was so damn old. I used to hide my weed in the coal chute of the basement. Mom and Dad, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. But anyways, as for the business major stuff, the business school, they always make sure to teach us about sustainability and like making a change and all that. They always stress the triple bottom line, or the 3 Ps: people, profit, and God, they always forget the third one: planet. I'm Laurel, that's all I have. Thank you.
I'll take that. Keep it going for Laurel Bennett. Very, very cool. All right, we're going to keep things moving along right now. The next sketch is titled Trashed, and it features Anna Schultz, Charlotte O'Meara, Tasha Marcoux, Ellie Leonidas, Amanda Edward, Nate Dillon, Andrew Jackson, Jake Darrowin, Elijah Cook Cruz, and Greta Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Trashed!
Tis the day before Earth Day, and all across the planet, the billions of humans who take Earth for, well, granted. They try to recycle and they try to live green, while others are blind to outcomes unseen. Now look over here at this humble frat, the Omicron Delta, and their greenhouse gas. A solo cup here, some trash over there, some puke left unpicked up, well, everywhere. But now it must be, at this congregation, I give you the Omadel Earth Day celebration, aka shit is fucked up.
Brothers, this party is absolutely lit for a Thursday night.
I know, man. And these green salt pumps are freaking amazing for throwing in our neighbor's yard. You know? They're green, so they must be compostable or some shit like that. This is not littering.
No, you're right. Like, low-key, I'm kind of the poster child for environmental advocacy. Like, my dad drives a Tesla, so like, I know we're chilling. Like,
Bro, same
No.
here. My dad gets a new
Bro.
Tesla every year.
Chad, you gotta check out the experience,
Yeah, bro.
Apparently, if you mix 3 of them together, you have a wild ride and you'll become a wizard.
Chad gets drunk and makes some out-of-pocket plans. He meets new friends, but he won't remember their names. When the night comes to a close and he collapses in a heap, one thing is apparent: he will not have a restful sleep.
So what do you say something about spirits? What about tequila? What the fuck?
Oh, no need to be scared, man. Don't project your Sunday scaries onto me. I'm the Ghost of the Earth Past playa. I'm here to teach you a history lesson.
Man, I had way too much to drink last night.
Probably so, but if it helps, you can hit this. Showtime.
Oh, where are we? This is beautiful.
Ah, yes, Chad. Bison, buffalo alike used to roam free. As you can see, native grasses are untouched. The sky is smogless. Just look at Sweet Mountain go.
I can't believe it. This is just beautiful.
It really was. Until. Come with me. Alright, Chad, we're now in the Industrial Revolution, a period of time when rapid technological advancements allow humans to both overproduce and overconsume all of your favorite items. Focus. You know, things like flashy clothes, fast cars, cigs. Unfortunately, the consequences are what we can still see today. While it may have been fun for us, tolerance, man. I'm dead.
You're dead? How'd you die?
Word to the wise, brother. Never throw a roach into a forest. Well, it looks like my time is up here, but I'll leave this with you. You're gonna need it. Good luck.
Oh, it seems young Chad still thinks he's dreaming. But oh, here comes his other spiritual mentor. It's her. Okay.
Oh, we're at the game? Scope ups, baby!
No one can hear you.
Listen, I'm not saying you're hot, but you might be the primary reason for global warming.
It's for my service requirement. Anyway, I'm the ghost of Earth present, and have to show you how humans are heading down a path of destruction. Well, let's face it, perpetual doom. It's important to note that if you do not change your ways for the better, you're well, we die.
Listen, I know I blacked out last night. There's no way I've met you before.
Okay, focus. Besides, the only reason people come to these games are to see Ralphie run. You're looking around. What else do you see besides trash?
Well, I mean, have you ever heard the name Dion? Hey, come on now. But yeah, there is garbage all over the place.
Beer cans, plastic, well, it looks just like the hill. Pee, trash, frat guys, some are kind of hot though.
What's the big deal, though? Can't everything just be recycled?
Oh my god, Chad, have you ever put microplastics in the ocean?
Yeah, save the turtle. I'm not an idiot.
Okay, now I'm totally stuck teaching these smelly frat guys about environmentalism.
Wow, I had no idea it was this bad. You think I could get your Snapchat, though?
Nuggets never seem to shut up, huh? I for real cannot believe that they chose you to be the martyr for all this. Anyway, I'm out of here.
Man, if those drinks spirits. I'm gonna need a freaking exorcism after this. Wait, this is because of climate change? That's my house? My weed's in there? Oh my God! Is everything at risk? We have to put a stop to this.
Finally, Chad is getting it. Overhead here, you can see our current emissions and where we're heading as of now. But also, this chart shows us the emission routes we can take to save our planet and build a sustainable future for everyone here. In 2022 alone, the U.S. produced 5 billion metric tons of carbon dioxide alone. If we continue on our current trajectory and continue using single-use plastic bags, single-use food containers, natural disasters like this wildfire in Chad's house will become more unpredictable and more intense each time, destroying the planet around us.
You know, I think I'm starting to understand this. We all have a part to play. It's not just the little things like recycling and composting. We have to make being sustainable a part of our daily lives. If we can work together and hold each other accountable, we truly can make a change.
I had sex a little while ago. That's right. Sure, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Pretty big for me, yeah. 40 years old, finally did it. Some of you are wondering right now, well, what does sex have to do with climate change? And all I have to say to you is that the person I had sex with was a polar bear, okay? That's right, he walked up to me, he was like, you're destroying my habitat, you know? Could I at least get, you know, a little something? And so I fucked this polar bear, you know? He was like, pull my fur, and I was like, sure. And I was like, there's so much of it, you know? Took all day. Polar bears are huge, yeah, took me a week to fuck him. Wow, this is the most psychotic set I've ever had. And it's supposed to fix the world. It's interesting, you guys left your house thinking you'd be an audience member at a comedy show, and now you found out that you're a hero. Wow. Good job, everybody, we did it. Dave Ross with a disturbing look at polar bears. Teddy bears are even more disturbing after judging upon what he said he did to the bear. And please, once again, give it up for Trashed. It's a pretty elaborate recreation or interpretation of Christmas Carol. Well done, guys. And I got to tell you one thing. If you see one live performance with an overdramatically death of a buffalo this year, if you see just one, make it Trashed. And right now, it's time to bring the sketch and the comedy stylings of Bruce Smith with Land Ethics.
Thank you. How's it going tonight? Yeah, I like the sound of that. Yeah, y'all aren't too scary. Not enough police badges in there for me to be worried. Yeah. I'm really happy for this night to finally be happening. Feels like we've been working on it for a while. A lot of obviously our teachers have been working on it. You guys seen Chuck. And I'm really excited, actually, I hate to say it, for this night to be over. You know, once tonight ends, I can finally put all my energy back into day drinking. So real quick, anyone take public transportation to get here? Yeah, the Stampede, Volvo bus, anybody? Yeah, it's not poverty, it's hot. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm talking about climate change tonight. You heard a lot about billionaires from my bestie Morgan, or from my bestie. I knew it. I'm sorry, guys. Look at me forgetting names. My bestie Morgan. You heard a lot about conservation. You heard a lot about. Point is, I'm finna just talk shit. That's all I gotta say. There's like a lot of fear and uncertainty out there when it comes to climate change. People are scared, and people are having a hard time grasping the consequences, especially politicians. And considering the fact that they did so well at grasping reproductive rights or state violence, foreign policy, it's kind of like crazy to think that the earth is getting too hot is like what's stumping them. Just like if they grasp reality like they tried to grasp minors. Yeah, we'd be in a much better place now. Yeah. But there's like a misconception that green spaces are for white people. And even through that, there's lots of noticeable black figures in environmental studies and ecological sciences. And three to name, just for you guys, little history lesson. Robert Boulder, the father of the environmental justice movement. Yeah. And just so you guys know, it's only 30 years old. And 30 years old has never been a turnoff for me, okay? So yeah. Yeah. All my 30-year-olds find me after this. We got Robert Stanton, the first and only director of the National Park Service. Super sick, fine as fuck in his uniform. But best for last, Wangari Maathai. She's actually the first African woman to win a Nobel Prize for her work on the Green Belt movement. Yeah? You guys ever heard about the Green Belt movement? It's about planting all those trees that we smoke. Yeah. That's kind of her jazz. That's kind of her juice. But the point is, as much as you can't redline your way out of sharing shit. And that seems to kind of be the goal these days. And the person who really started that was John Moore. And I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with him. John Moore is the original mountain man. Lots of titles. He was like the first environmentalist, first naturalist. And he's noted actually for his work with putting Yosemite Natural Park legislation into place. But among those titles, he was also actually a staunch racist. Yeah, I know, right? And so he said in his own words that it is sad to be so repulsed by one's own beings. And he said that with reference to black people and to native people. So I picture it like this. You're just in your room, chilling, kicking your feet up, texting your hoes, going about your day, and your parents walk in, and they just start lighting your ass up. They're like, "Oh, this shit's messy. This shit's gross." First off, I don't know what you're talking about. We have company coming over. I barely know you. Right? So like that's just kind of a picture. Like, you guys ever had a man come into your house and tell you that you look disgusting? No. You said no? All right, I'm free after this. I can yeah, let's make that work. But actually, John Moore was really good friends with Theodore Roosevelt. You guys heard him, past president, Mr. Teddy. Not sure why they call him Teddy. He's not much of a fucking bear, if you ask me. And my standards are low, and they're low. I mean, Jack Black, Jonah Hill, Ice Cube. Like, you could really put anyone in that spot. Teddy Roosevelt's more like a Jason Segel. Never really saw any action, just pretended like it. And I feel like that's probably why he reverted to eugenics. Because when all else goes bad, there's nothing better than a good cousin. No, yeah. For those of you guys don't know, Eleanor, his wife, was his second cousin. And, eugenics is a dangerous belief, but I think the most dangerous thing is cousin fucking. You can't really come back from that. It's pretty damning. And he died at age 60, suddenly too. Like, there was no warning, there was no symptoms. Died at age 60. And it wasn't because he was overweight. It's because it's just genetically taxing to have your mom be your aunt. Craziest one to me, though, is Lewis and Clark. You guys ever seen Brokeback Mountain? Yeah, that's their documentary, bruh. So yeah, it's 1804, after the Louisiana Purchase. You guys are familiar with Sacagawea by now, hopefully, right? Yeah, so they say Lewis and Clark wouldn't have made it across North America without them. How many of y'all knew that there was a whole-ass unplayable character named York in that story? Yeah, York was a very big man, very strong. But besides all that, he was very gifted and very talented. He was a tracker, he was a hunter, he was an explorer, and he recorded species. He had just as much weight in that expedition as anyone else. And they say he was actually the first black man to cross North America and see the Pacific Ocean. And that's, yeah, you can woo for that. That's pretty fucking sick. Yeah. But for me, I actually like to think of that little group as the first BIPOC. Sacagawea and York were people of color. Lewis and Clark were just bi. And you don't really need much proof. Not many grown men set off across the country to chase furs together. Really, segregate those cheeks, huh? But, suffice to say, things have gotten better lately. Here at CU, I'm one of 19 students among 1,300 who's getting a degree in environmental studies, environmental design, environmental engineering. So it's really like a glass 1% full situation. Yeah, I'm feeling real optimistic these days. And it translates over to the workforce too. Though people of color comprise 38% of our population in the United States, we can't seem to have surpassed the 16% career threshold in hiring in environmental studies. And, it sucks. It sucks a lot. But even that being true, like I said, there was some gains. And those gains are for white women. So 60% of those gains were realized by white women. So if you're worried about snow bunnies going extinct, you don't got to really worry about that. And also, when you look at environmental organizations, actually 70% of board positions are held by white women. So you guys kind of ate that. I'm going to say it. I'm a snow bunny ally. Ally. And I need a job. I'm graduating in May. But yeah, my point with this is that I just think that we need to increase diversity while we can. A lot of the problem is what people are scared of is a climate apocalypse. And the reality is that I'm not sure white people have what it takes to survive a climate apocalypse. I'm not trying to be rash or be rude or I know what it feels like to be told that you can't make it and that you're less than. My mom is white and I tell her every day. But you guys realize you're the only group of people who couldn't figure out how to grow corn on your own. But yeah, people always ask me then, so how can we make it better? What does inclusivity and diversity mean? And actually, one of the people who actually just recently helped me understand the topic is in the crowd. Her name is Dr. Karen Bailey, and she's sitting right here. Yeah. Yeah. Give it up for her. But yeah, and you know, a lot of it comes with understanding people's connection to nature. Everybody has a different connection to nature. Whether it's you go out hiking every day, or you walk around barefoot like a freak and get into your bed. But like, I'm not gonna like judge. Like, I am judging you, but like, do it. Sure, a little gross. But even if it's like, you know, just like you go out, smoke a little green, like it's a connection to nature. And so, you know, our goal with tonight was hoping that you guys would see that, and I think my friends did a pretty good job. And I hope you guys see that for the rest of the night. So I'm Bruce Smith. Thank you.
Bruce Smith, ladies and gentlemen, come on, let them hear it. Let me just say, number one, Bruce is adorable. He's just a cutie. Number two, Bruce is available for conservative children's parties. And number three, with all that great information that he had, what I really learned is I need to wash my feet before I go to bed. I can't believe somebody said, yeah, you do, like they're in my fucking bed. That was just weird for me. Like the person I didn't know I was sleeping with just happens to be here in Boulder in the balcony. That was awesome. All right, guys, time to keep the show moving along. And right now, it's my electric car personality with the one and only Tommy Lee!
Hi, everyone. I'm Tommy Lee. And yes, you can make a Pam joke. I get it. And I'm a car guy, also known as generic Asian guy. And you can laugh at that. So, car people don't like electric cars because they think they have no soul. But the truth is, car people base their personalities on what car they own. And a person's chosen engine is like a mating call. Car people love that sound. Doesn't it just get you pumped up and want to shout, Merca? Just ignore the fact that came from a German car. Some people need to flex on everyone. That is every sports car enthusiast's wet dream. A Porsche or Porsche. They still can't decide how to pronounce it, even though Porsche has told them how to pronounce it. Now, there's a sound so distinct, it's ingrained in every car person's memory. That is a poverty spec Civic. So now you know why car people don't like electric cars. It's because they don't want their car to sound like this. JK, that was a Roomba. Now that's a sound you can get behind, especially because it sounds like something. I just can't put my finger on it. Now there's a group of car people we all willing to sacrifice to electric car gods. The lifted, 22-inch, chrome-wheeled diesel truck owners. And they have a very special way of marking their territory from electric cars. Rolling coal. Nothing like a toxic black cloud being blasted in your face. But don't worry, they claim it's just carbon. You know what else makes clouds of carbon? Burning down Amazon. I mean, the Amazon. So for car people, car companies are trying to tackle the soulless car issue. Tesla has this wonderful backup noise. Doesn't that just shout, "Move, bitch, get out the way"? Now, I got the perfect one, and it comes from the aptly named electric callboy. So I hope you guys go get some electric cars, ride your techno train, and thanks for enjoying my bit today, and you guys are awesome.
Keep it going for Tommy Lee! That was very, very cool. By the way, that was my truck that you guys saw in the video. I'm very sorry that happened. Just slightly embarrassing in this environment to have that shown. And I have to say that I got especially excited when he said, burn down Amazon, because I actually thought he meant the company, which is terrible. Oh, by the way, the Tesla backup sound that you heard was actually Elon Musk wailing that he bought Twitter. That's what that was. That's why I was like, yeah. That's the sound he makes every time he thinks about the billions of dollars he blew trying to be a troll. It's the most expensive fucking troll in the world, Elon Musk. The multi-billion-dollar troll. Yeah. Everybody should just leave Twitter. Like, and I'm not even talking politically. I'm just saying, if everybody got off Twitter just to see his face, how cool. Like, guys, what happened? Guys, I'm broke. Guys. All right, guys, speaking of guys, it's time now for the road to recovery with the Material Girls.
I love you, Corey. We love you, Corey. All right. Hello.
Use the microphone.
Welcome to the support group. We are the Material Girls, and basically we just get together to talk about our issues. So I'll go first. I am 6 years sober from an obsession with lamps. I swear I could not come home without a new one every single time. My house was lit up like a Christmas tree, and my energy bill was through the roof. But finally, I came to see the light and invested in solar. So I'm here to help all of you guys. So would anyone like to get us started?
Yeah, I can go next. Hi, my name is Kate, and I'm a material girl.
Material girl!
And I have a problem with water bottles. But yeah, I have a collection of over 300 reusable water bottles. I mean, I'm trying to like save the planet, stay hydrated, you know, whole thing. And I just like don't really know what I'm gonna be in the mood for.
So are you saying each bottle has a different drink in it?
Yeah, you can say that. I've got water, obviously. We've got orange juice, mashed potatoes, chicken noodle soup, and we're not gonna talk about this.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing, but from quarter to quarter, I think you have a bit of a problem. From now till next week, I need you to donate 5 of those water bottles, okay? You can do it. I believe in you.
But for real though, we've been here for like 5 minutes and we haven't had any pizza. Like,
Yeah, Tammy.
oh my god. But like, you put olives on it? It's gross.
Do you want some soup? I got soup.
Not a pair of reusable water bottles.
Okay, anyways. Would anyone else like to share?
Sure, I'll go. Hi, I'm Ashley and I'm a material girl.
Material girl.
I just am here because I just love shopping. And some people say I have a problem shopping. A shopping problem, but let me tell you, I have no problem shopping. I literally get everything from Shein because it's so cheap. Like this shirt, $2. These pants, $5. These boots are from Shein. This jacket's from Shein. And this purse is from Shein. Cute, right? And occasionally, I buy the things that say sustainability shopping? Isn't that for dirty hippies and vegans?
Oh yeah. Sustainable. I mean, I got this outfit for shopping.
Babes, you might want to keep that to yourself. Sorry.
Well, would anyone else like to share?
Hello, P.F. Chang's? Yeah, I've been waiting for my order for like 15 minutes. The pizza here is trash, so I really need that ASAP. Yeah, love you guys.
Sammy, the olives off.
That's disgusting. They still touch the pizza. Hi everyone, sorry I'm late. I ran over a leg in the parking lot.
Great. Would anyone else?
Yeah, I can go. My name's Jessica. I guess I'm a material girl. Material girl! But no offense, like, not in the same way as you guys. I do like all kinds of sustainable things for the environment.
Oh, like what?
Like just last week I went to this outfit for the pandas, and when we took a private jet, I know what you're thinking. Marilyn and I carpooled or like jet pooled or whatever. And so we took every possible precaution to make it environmentally friendly. And when we got there, the yachts took us to a private island. They had bamboo decorations decorated, main candle just for the event, all kinds of exotic fruits flown in. It was fantastic. After all the planning costs and the goodie bags that they gave us, we even raised some money for like PETA or something. It sounds like you spent more money than you raised.
Thank you for sharing, but they're kind of right. You did make pretty much every unsustainable choice possible. Maybe next time instead of like private jets and yachts, just stay local. Local? Yeah, but you know, like just do something.
I'm sorry. I thought this was an AA meeting. What the hell are you guys talking about? Oh, material girls. Material girls! Sorry, that's it. You guys are fucking freaks. I gotta get out the elevator. And I won't be using a straw.
Ready? Material girls on 3? 1, 2, 3. Material girls! Yeah! All right, everybody, it's my pleasure to show to you now the first place winner of the 2023 International Climate Change Comedy Video Festival.
There's been a lot of unfair rumors going around town about us nice folks at Camor's. Rumors like, we're here to poison you, kill your children, and sleep with your wives. Well, that couldn't be further from the truth. We're the good guys. And right now, we'd like to take a few moments to set the record straight and tell you about all the positive changes we've brought to town.
Now that the cat's out of the bag about Gen X, Wilmington is just as famous as Flint, Michigan. And you've got a beach.
Thanks, Camor's! PFAS exposure has been linked to decreased infant and fetal growth. But children are like puppies. They're cuter when they're littler.
I want you to stay little forever.
And now she will.
Thanks, Camor's.
So many people wish they could spend more time with their family.
Hey, who can take me to the radiologist tomorrow?
I can.
With the increased risk of kidney and testicular cancer, you'll enjoy plenty of quality time on those long drives to treatment. Shotgun!
Thanks, Camor's.
Now that we're in town, alcohol isn't the most dangerous liquid for your liver anymore.
What?
That's right. What alcohol takes an entire lifetime to do, our Camor's water can do in a third of the time. Drink up, bud. Your liver's fucked either way.
I know it. Gen X has a half-life of 5 years, which means it's with you for the long haul. Unlike Greg, your loser ex-boyfriend.
Finally, someone who's not afraid of commitment.
That's a romance for the ages.
Thanks, Camor's.
And we're giving people the opportunity to live their dreams.
When I was younger, I watched Aaron Brockovich and thought, wow, that's gonna be me one day. But I never thought I'd get the chance to fight corporate assholes so that my community could have something as simple as safe drinking water.
Well, we're here now, baby.
Thanks, Comores.
See, we did it. You're welcome, Wilmington.
Now try and be a little nicer to old Daddy Comores, will ya?
Bye.
Hey guys, I'm BC Smalley. Thank you.
Yeah.
So usually when I start talking about climate change with this face, people just assume I'm going to say it's a Chinese hoax. But we all know that is reserved for the moon landing. So for the life of me, I couldn't figure out why it was so hard to get conservative politicians, on board with taking climate change seriously. And then I realized most of them also believe in a literal talking bush and that humans rode dinosaurs. So I think we need to do a little less convincing and a little more voting. Okay? Because the only thing that's going to get conservative politicians on board with fighting climate change is to just tell them it dresses up in drag.
Yes.
David C. Smalley, thank you guys so much.
All right, guys, are you ready for our final performance? Oh, man, I like that enthusiasm, and we are closing it out in high style. Ladies and gentlemen, performing I Am Trash, I present to you Maddie Sinkovic.
Hey, yo, it's me, your boy Trashy Garbageson, coming at you live from the dumpster in the alley behind a Pizza Hut. I know what you must be thinking. Trashy man, you got some junk in your trunk. And you would be very much correct. You see, I recently got a BPL. It's like a BBL, but instead I'm filled with the dead ducklings from the BP oil spill. What can I say? This greasy ass is some Dawn dish soap just can't clean up. But that's not the only thing that keeps this stunning figure. I've also been trying a new diet. It's called eating your unrecycled plastic. You know, I realized hanging out with rats and eating moldy pizza crust, it wasn't doing anything for all this. One day, I looked in the cracked, sludge-covered mirror, and I thought to myself, Trashy man, you gotta get it together. It's almost hot garbage summer. Lucky for me, I was able to get a six-pack real quick. They say these things kill the turtles or whatever, but more importantly, check out my sweet abs. In all honesty, there is nothing more delicious than the satisfying crunch of unpopped bubble wrap or the powerful punch of a plump, packing peanut. But there is one person who's fucking this whole thing up for all us trash bags. That bitch Greta Thunberg has everybody buying sustainable packaging and sorting their recycling. I say, who gives a stinky fuck about the environment? That bitch is stealing my plastic. So, to all you high and mighty recyclers out there, fuck you. Trash is where it's at. Oh, you think this hurts my feelings? You assholes, this is free food. Delicious! Thank you so much. I'll be here till trash day.
Maddie Singelman, closing it out. Closing it out for us. I gotta tell you, Maddie, come here for a second. Just. I just got to ask you, who are you wearing?
This is a hefty original.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. You ought to be pretty damn proud because anytime you can make a trash bag look good, you're fucking rocking it. Maddie Singelvick, ladies and gentlemen! I hope you guys enjoyed yourself this evening. Did you? Thank you to all of the students, the incredible work that you have done. You should be so proud of what you have done here. These are works of art that you created, that we enjoyed. Thank you to all of our students. Thank you for you being here. Thank you to the university inside the greenhouse. And most of all, I want to thank me. Good night!